Hey Virgo. So, the Virgo Aries combo has come up a lot the past, few months. And Aries season can really work for you, especially because of how fast your brain can move a lot. For anyone with strong Virgo placements, you understand that. So, this month, as long as your body is ready to do, that's what can happen. You have the capability now. There has been a lot of restructuring within you, and you're ready. And when you finally are ready to move forward, when you're finally ready, and then there's nothing that can stop you. And when you have your emotions intact and you're able to bring everything together, the movement is actually in your favor. This month, if you allow, is going to give you the speed and the ability to keep up with it, keep up with everything. So that means emotionally. While you're moving so quickly, emotionally, mentally, it's all moving. If there is a Sagittarius in your life, it looks like a good pairing for you. Just gonna get a few cards though. Yeah, Sagittarius is strong. So if there is a Sag in your life, and there's the Cancer card as well, there is more love, more opportunity, more commitment, a stronger, deeper commitment. It's also a commitment to yourself and how you're moving and what you're committing to now in your life, and allowing that to be what you've learned about your body, in the sense of how you know it moves and when you know it needs rest, including your mind, and then knowing how strong you are and capable you are to move forward. This is paired with the rest of the card, like with the Magician before the Chariot, is that you have what it takes to keep that going and to learn more about how you move, how you work, what you need, the rest you need. The time you need, the speed you need. A lot. So, and here's the thing. I know that you're ready and you're capable and you're building and you're moving and that's what you're doing. It's still going to take patience for things to add up, especially physically. When you're able to bring the talk and the walk together, it needs a moment. But this is because you need to learn. There's something you still need to learn. So in a couple months, you'll realize why it needed to move slowly. That doesn't mean that your worth goes down. That doesn't mean just because you're not making the money you want to be making, it doesn't mean your worth goes down. It doesn't mean you have to take things out on other people. It doesn't mean that other things go south just because this is moving a little bit slower at the moment. It's really important for you to stay on your game mentally and to not say things that you know in the long run are not going to be worth it. It's really interesting, actually, because the more that, sorry, I had to sneeze. The more that you become more capable with everything you got going for you, the more you become more capable of dealing with yourself internally, the more capable you become of seeing what has held you back. this either new contract or work position that's bringing you a lot of good, beautiful things, or this beautiful relationship that is becoming even more and blossoming even more, there are still things that come out, and you know better now. So when things do slow down a little bit in terms of the physical means, and until they add up to how you're feeling, then you know better not to get stuck here. You know this is just a mental trap. This is you knowing better that when you come here, you need to think of the long range, because your purpose, and if you're someone who already knows your purpose, great, you're doing it, you're going to gain greater insight for it. If you're someone who is still wanting to know your purpose and what you're setting foot out there on into the big world, it's happening. And you'll gather that by the end of the month. And the way that you handle the obstacles that come up, the way you do that will show you even more about what you might have been holding on to in order for you to look at, to be grateful for, to learn that, to be grateful for what you have and what you've held on to for whatever specific reason that was for. And whatever it is that you're turning in from speaking, whatever you're speaking, how it turns into a value within yourself and how those things go together. I hope that makes sense. Because the Chariot and the Three of Wands out is showing, and you'll see this differently when I show you, that with the Chariot and the Three of Wands out, we then understand that you are looking for a driving force in yourself. You are looking for, or you're searching for, or you're asking yourself that question, even subconsciously seeing that question come up of, how do I want to continue to use myself, yourself? How do I continue to do this in the ways that work for me, in the ways that I'm doing something purposeful and I'm using my body? Because there's a lot of movement this month. So it starts off as like, it may not appear clear at first, but you're being guided to use the tools, use yourself, like use the internal and external things that you have going for you, and to allow yourself to do that shift back and forth and go, and you'll start to receive more in the next couple of months. Especially in terms of your relationship. And it's just really important for you to watch how you're speaking. Because Virgos are you're known for being sharp sometimes, and that can be true, and it is, for the most part. When you say things, they come out as like, what the fuck? Like, you just say a couple things and they'll cut through. Well, now you know better than to do that, because whoever you're doing this thing with, it seems like it's your partner. If it's a relationship, it's really important that you don't do that, because then it keeps you stuck. That may be a part of what you're learning that your purpose is, which is amazing, so that you can look at what it is that you're not seeing and where the parts of you are just being stubborn instead of learning and shifting it a little bit. It's important to be stubborn, but if it costs you more, then it's not worth it. And also, this reading's really amazing, and you have a lot of work coming up and coming into. Like, just keep going with that. There's no need to get caught in the stuff that doesn't really add up anymore. This is a beautiful spread. Your time is coming, and you're already feeling more prepared for it every day. It's just those simple things that each sign has learned to let go of to their best of their ability last month, and now we're putting everything into action. So what this is saying is it's time to trust how far you've come, and to keep going forward. if you feel like you're going to do something where you might end up swinging back a little, take a step back and then move forward. So you're not taking like 20 steps back and it's not even by your doing, it's just a reaction. So make sure what you say is adding up to how you're feeling, and if things are moving slow at first, know that they will speed up. Just give it a little time. Just a little time. All right, it's beautiful. I love this. Happy April. Happy spring. We'll take a look at your cards. More information to work with me one-on-one below. My website link is there to book a reading if you would like to do that. And we will see you in Taurus season, Virgo. I love it. And I love you. See you next month. Okay, hi Virgo. Okay, so this is your cards. Lots of cards, but I think it's because there's building happening. So what I've noticed about Aries season videos is that it's like the first row is like whatever's happening in Aries season, especially personally for you, it's going to continue to expand over the next few years. And like that's the bigger cycle of things. And so you're being asked to hold your weight emotionally, and to be responsible in that sense for getting yourself in and out of whatever you're feeling by using your skills, by using all of their skills. So I named it Dexterity because using your body and using your hands and using your brain, using everything is really helpful for when you get stuck. It's also really helpful because you need all of that stuff to do and to be on your path and to be in your zone and to use what you have. Mercury in Aries has somewhat lit a fire under you, and it's really important. If the Sag is a prominent figure in your life, Sag or Cancer, Sagittarius or Cancer, they're coming up really strong. And they may have really good advice for you, and you're able to support them because of the strength that you've gained, especially emotionally. Now that continues, and throughout the month, you will have the opportunity for that to become stronger. What do I mean by that? You might come up against something or someone or something that comes out of your loving relationship that you need to speak, that you have been you haven't been saying enough, or with the weight that you need to say it with. Things are shifting from beautiful, romantic to deeper commitment. From who you used to be, maybe a little more flaky, a little more not honoring your word, just saying things. Now you're saying them and you mean them. You're learning how to get yourself from the fact that you know better and you know what makes you stuck, and you see that pattern, and now you're placing it into, and you're learning from it in order to place it into what you're moving forward with, what the opening is for you, and what your purpose is, this connection to it. You may be you might even start working and building some kind of revenue with a partner. And by the end of the month, you realize that you have more than you realize. And that's really important because we always want more, especially as an earth sign. There's nothing wrong with that, especially physically. Yet, you need to see what you have in order to be able to accumulate more. So this month is really about you moving as you do and having that really ignite you more than anything else. Like just being happy that you are proud, or in that using this dexterity that you have because it's your lane of genius. I've been saying this a lot lately, like your zone of genius. And that's enough. And that becomes enough. And then that becomes even more abundance. Because that's what makes you really fucking happy. More than anything. And that's what's showing up here. So I'm going to leave it at that. You have a lot to use and create with. You have a lot coming to you. Again, whatever is slow and you need to work on your patience, just slow down. Just because it's not here today doesn't mean it's not going to be here tomorrow. You know? I love you so much. This reading has my heart happy for you. Again, information to work with me one-on-one is below. My website is there, and that's how you get to the link. I will see you next month. Enjoy Aries season.